Hola, from Colombia. Warning from the producer of the documentary I am recommending. I urge you to watch this documentary all the way till the end. You may find the first episodes unbelievable, yet at the end everything will fall into place. The final two episodes, 9 and 10, contain an unexpected twist, causing you to face the changes ahead of us with hope and faith in your heart. The end of the world as we know it is crumbling right before our eyes, and the majority of the population is not aware of it. Soon, we'll be shown evidence of an elite plan so evil, so all-encompassing, that people will be shocked to the core. This documentary was made to help you deal with what is coming. Is it a good thing? Yes, it's the best thing that could possibly happen to us. But in order for us to understand and process the quantum leap that we as humanity are about to take, you must understand the reality, the timeline that we as a species were placed in. Hola, from Colombia. With the present great world confusion, I wish to do my part to accelerate the evolution of human consciousness. Please help by subscribing and sharing these videos. Thank you. Evil has been working behind the scenes so intelligently, so brilliantly, that hardly anyone ever noticed a thing. In this documentary, facts are presented, and these facts will make anyone go, Are you ready to go on a journey down the rabbit hole? This is a 3-hour-long documentary. In this video, I have selected key images that moved me to tears, especially what Mel Gibson said, even though I have been aware of all this information, but not with all these details. Especially when the subject of children and sex abuse comes up, one can't help but react with tears, yet again. Our current hope is the first to say that hell does not exist, but the devil does. Birth deformities caused by Monsanto, known for its genetically modified seeds and crops, plus its poisonous weed killer Roundup, was bought by Bayer, the chemical giant that produces mostly poison. In other words, our food supply is now largely controlled by the producers of carcinogenic poison, which has caused horrific birth defects and various types of cancer. There is a battle being fought over our heads for world dominance between good and evil, for the absolute submission of the masses. Child trafficking for the elite is bigger than pedophilia. This is a huge criminal organization kidnapping children and selling them to high-ranking officials, presidents, and royalty. The importance of a logo. The Pierre Elliott Trudeau Foundation, which was set up by Justin Trudeau in honor of his father, used the boy lover logo. Just another coincidence. But how many coincidences can there be before it is mathematically impossible? For someone who claims to be a decent family man, Justin Trudeau sure has some interesting friends. He should be more careful in selecting his friends because he is surrounded by sex offenders and pedophiles. There's another prominent place where the FBI pedophile symbol can be found, in Hollywood. Children cartoons contain references to sex and violence as well as the Illuminati symbols. Why is pedophile logos used for candy and ice cream? Just another thing that can attract children. Mel Gibson is now blacklisted by Hollywood for saying that Hollywood is a den of parasites that feast on the blood of children. It is an open secret in Hollywood. These people have their own religious and spiritual teachings and their own social and moral frameworks. They are sick. They harvest the blood of children. They eat their flesh. If the child was suffering in body and psyche before it died, they believe this gives them extra life force. These people thrive on pain, trauma, stress, abuse, and suffering. There's a creative and loving force inside most of us that guides us through life. These people don't have this. For them, it's the opposite. They are using and abusing children. They churn through a huge amount of kids every year. Their spiritual beliefs, if you can call them that, directs them to harvest the energy of kids. They feast on this stuff and they thrive on it. Babies are their highest currency. Their premium brand of high-grade caviar, cocaine, diamond steak. The money involved, you have an idea. This isn't anything new. If you do some research, you will see it's a metaphysical, alchemical phenomenon, and you can find it behind the scenes in all the dark areas in history. It's a dark, multi-dimensional occult art and practice used by secret societies in the last few hundred years for social programming and mind control, and raised to a zenith by Hollywood in America in our era. Could this be true? And can this have a happy ending? Oh, yes. If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. Joseph Goebbels, Nazi propaganda minister. Has anything changed? Absolutely not. This documentary provides 3 hours of facts and undeniable images. I can only have faith that it will touch some of the sleepers that at this time contains all of my family. Many of the horrific scenes were not included on purpose in this documentary. They are simply impossible to watch without it completely affecting you and then not being able to sleep at night ever again. Our wish is to wake people up and not to traumatize them forever. The producer of this documentary promised to provide all the information of what is behind the invisible evil in her next documentary because it is just too big and too much. For now, she chose to concentrate on hope. France started the Yellow Vest movement, and tens of thousands have been gathering every Saturday, and it has now spread in many other European countries, as well as Taiwan, Australia, Iraq, and Israel. Soros then intervened in his own special way. He paid his people to intermingle and start riots. This did not work, and the police took off their helmets in solidarity with the Yellow Vests. South America also showed massive manifestations where people denounced their corrupt governments to step down. The world is experiencing the biggest revolution ever. The worst nightmare of the cabal has come true. People are waking up. Sheep no more. Contrary to other revolutions in the past, this one is one of knowledge, understanding, and the willingness to work together to create a better world. There will be chaos and shock, but there will also be guidance from the divine, which is found behind the evil and the good. Can you imagine a world without war? I do not think we can. We have been led to believe that war is part of being human. In fact, it is part of the sheep world, and that is the world that is coming to an end. Free and clean energy is available for all to infinity. It's the end of the world as we know it. What is awaiting us is the new era of peace, liberty, equality, and harmony, the yellow side of the big picture of the evolution of human consciousness. Our minds cannot intellectually comprehend this, but our hearts know. This does not mean that I sit on my comfortable butt and do nothing because there's a savior. Action, more specifically, conscious action, is the key. We must do everything that we can to wake up the sleeping sheep. Some people will wake up faster than others. All I need to be concerned about is doing whatever it is that I can do. Infinite